Howdy folks, Nathan coming at you from Winter Park, Colorado. And we have an ice rink mixed in with snow, and we're going to take these two vehicles on it. That is the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio with the 4-cylinder turbo, and that is the Porsche Macan with the twin turbocharged V6. Now, both of these vehicles are European, a hell of a lot of fun on asphalt, but how will they perform on this? You'll find out next. This is one powerful little 2-liter engine. It's turbocharged and it puts out 280 horsepower, and get this, 306 pound-feet of torque. That is a torquey little devil. It's hooked up to a 8-speed automatic transmission that obviously feeds the rear wheels. It's Italian, so it's rear wheels. And then, of course, it takes some of that power and brings it up to the front wheels. Okay. I'm in the Stelvio. Been in this one before. This is the same one I took up Goldmine Hill, and it did really well. I know I'm trying to find traction control. That's not traction control. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find the traction control on this thing. Do you know where the traction control switch is on this thing? It's Italian, so that means they do everything with their hands. Can't find it. I bet you there's a way, some double secret mafioso way of doing it. Maybe if I speak Italian. Cambrio cosso, superleggero, gelato. Well, I'm looking for the traction control.
There is none. We just got the lecture on you cannot turn traction control.
All right, okay.
So, this is what you got.
This is what I got. Okay, fair enough. Come on, come on. Come on, baby. Yeah. Then it kills it. I want to get the tail out. It just won't let me do it, and I'm not having fun.
Sure, well, the Q4 system is our performance all-wheel drive system. It has pre-configured drive modes that we use, dynamic, natural, and advanced efficiency. You can think of dynamic as your most spirited driving setup, where it allows a little bit more yaw and a little bit more, if you kick the back end out. And natural is your middle of the road, really best for everyday driving. And advanced efficiency you can think of as like an eco mode. And each of them are calibrated a little bit differently with our Q4 all-wheel drive system. The Q4 all-wheel drive system comes standard on every single Stelvio out there in the market. And under normal everyday conditions, it's sending 100% of the power to the rear wheels. Only when the conditions call for it will it actually split that torque to the front. It has the ability to send up to 60% of the torque to the front wheels, and it can do that in as little as 100 milliseconds.
Yeah, I'm really fond of the Stelvio, and I've only driven this one. I've only driven the 4-cylinder turbo, but it's got a lot of get up and go. It is a properly quick little SUV. Trying to put the tail out and accelerate, it is not letting me. Not even a little bit. Now you can't tell based on plastic cover there, but this is actually a really powerful little engine. This is a 3-liter V6 that puts out 360 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It's fed through a 7-speed PDK, pretty damn quick transmission. I know it's not exactly right, but it puts power to the rear wheels and then allocates it to the front wheels when necessary. And this is a proper crossover, so it can actually do a little bit of off-roading as well. How will it do in the snow? Well, the fact is that you can defeat almost everything and just run it on its own ability, and I am looking forward to that. I've got everything shut off, so I'm gonna get this sucker sideways as hell. And this is the first time I've driven the twin turbocharged V6. Actually kind of excited. I like Porsches. I like Porsches a lot.
So Porsche traction management is a term that you'd probably be familiar with in most of the cars that we're selling today, and PTM, as we call it, is something that is a standard feature in the Macan in every model that you buy, not just the GTS, and it is a electronically controlled multi-plate clutch that can send 100% of the torque to either the front or the rear as available, but it is a rear bias system, so by default it's going to send power to the back first. But as soon as it detects slip, it will position torque to both the front and the rear axle at the best possible division. So the driving modes offer you a variety of different characteristics. Every Macan, doesn't matter which model you buy, comes with the Sport Mode button, and that gives you a more direct throttle input. You'll notice that the car gets a little bit louder, you get more exhaust resonance, and you notice that the car just kind of comes alive a little bit more.
Porsche time. No traction control because I don't want it. Because I'm driving Porsche, don't need traction control because it's German and they're fun as hell.
Now, if you get the Sport Chrono package, which is optional, then you also get, again, a more aggressive drive mode that will downshift when you hit the brakes. It will drive in more of a behavioral pattern that you'd expect for track driving or for more performance-oriented driving.
Love it! Okay, so 1 point for the Porsche because I can shut the traction control all the way the hell off. So that's already a big plus. It's interesting they show a torque split setup right here. So it's showing how much currently is being allocated to the rear wheels versus the front wheels. I like that a lot. I wish more cars would do that.
And the GTS also comes standard with an air suspension, which allows the car to sit in a lower mode, which again helps it to feel a little bit more balanced in cornering. You have more grip, and it almost feels like a hot hatch when you're driving it instead of a crossover, which makes it a lot of fun.
They still managed to build an automatic transmission that is absolutely spot on. Letting you hold gears, letting you push the envelope a little bit. I counted. There's 40 buttons just here in this area alone. And for some people, that's awesome because they will learn every single button and find an excuse to use every single button inside of a week. These two vehicles have completely different philosophies as to what type of traction you need on this type of surface. The Porsche allows you to adjust to almost anything. You can turn the traction control completely off, or you can have it partially on and really power through corners with having a little bit of front end pulling you through. But on the other hand, the Stelvio, it doesn't let you shut off traction control. It basically manages what you're doing automatically all the time. But the Alfa Romeo takes care of everything for you so you don't crash and turn into a ball of flames. Thank goodness for that, and thank goodness for fun. Isn't that weird? Germans, more fun than Italians? Crazy, right? Thanks for joining me for the Fast Lane Car. This is Nathan Adlin. I'll see you next time.